Hello, class. Welcome to Direct Stars. In our mathematics class today, we're looking at converting fractions to recurring decimals. And the aim of the lesson is to understand the steps in converting fractions to recurring decimals. And at the end of the lesson, you'll be able to know the steps in converting fractions to a recurring decimal. Now, in our first example that we'll be looking at today, converting 6/33 to our recurring decimal. Now, we're going to look at this in two methods. Now, the first method, we are going to use the long division method. And we have this. We have 33. And we have 6. All right, so we can have a point here, 0 point. We have here to be 60 as well. Now, 60 divided by 33, we have here to be 1. 1 times 33, we're going to have this to be 33. We'll subtract this. 10 minus 3, we're going to have this to be 7. We're going to have here to be 27. Because we can drop down another 0 here, so we're going to have this to be 270. Now, 270 divided by 33, we're going to have this to be 8. Then 8 times 33, we're going to have this to be 264. So we can subtract this. We're going to have it to be 6. Now we can bring down another 0, so we're going to have it to be 60. 60 divided by 33, we're going to have it to be 1. And 1 times 33, we're going to have it to be 33. So 60 minus 33. We're going to have this to be 27. Bring down another 0, which we're going to have it to be 270. Now, 270 divided by 33, we're going to have it here to be 8. And 8 times 33, we're going to have this to be 264. And if we subtract this, we're going to have this back to be 6. 10 minus 4, we're going to have this to be 6. So this is going to give us a recurring decimal. We're going to keep on having 0.18181818 like that. So this is what we know as a recurring decimal. And we can also have it in this way as well. If we have 6/33, we just have to make sure that the denominator has 9, 99, 999, 9,999, and so on. So what we want to do here is just to look for a number that we can use to multiply the denominator that is going to give us 99. And we're going to use that same number to multiply the numerator. Now we're going to have this to be 6 times 3. I'm also going to have this to be 33 multiplied by 3. Now 6 times 3, we're going to have this to be 18. Then 33 times 3, we're going to have this to be 99. So we now have a denominator of 99 now. So it will be easier for us to convert this to a recurring decimal. Then how are we going to convert this to a recurring decimal? We're going to bring this 18. We're going to put it after the decimal point. After the decimal point, we're going to put here to be 0 point. And since it's a recurring decimal, for us to know that this is a recurring decimal, we have to put a dot on top of the 2 digits. So we're going to have this to be the recurring decimal of 6/33. The next example that we're looking at is to convert 7/99 to a recurring decimal. Example 2, we have 7/99. We want to convert this to a recurring decimal. Now, if you look at the denominator of this fraction, we have it to be 99 already. Then the next thing that we're going to do now is to make sure that the numerator has the same digits. The numerator has the same digits with the denominator. Then how we're going to do that? We're just going to add 0. We're going to add 0 to the 7. We're going to have this to be 0.7, which is still the same thing as 7 divided by 99. So if you want to write this now in form of a recurring decimal, you're just going to write the denominator, which is 0.7. And then we're going to put our decimal point there, 0.07. Then for us to know that this is a recurring decimal, we're going to have a point or a dot on top of the digits. So it's very much important for the digits to be the same, because now if we look at this now, if we have this to be 7/99, we can't have the recurring decimal to be 0.7. No, this won't be the recurring decimal. This is wrong, while this is the right way. So you just have to make sure that the digits for both the numerator and the denominator are the same. So move to example 3. In example 3, we have to convert 2/3 to a recurring decimal. We want to convert 2/3 to a recurring decimal, so we have 2/3. Now, just like in example 1, we have to make sure that the denominator has 9, 99, 999, and so on. So what we have to do here is to multiply the denominator with a number that's going to give us 9. I'm going to multiply the same number with the numerator. We're going to have this to be 2 times 3. I'm going to use the same number to multiply the denominator. So we're going to have this to be 3 times 3. 2 times 3, we're going to have this to be 6. 3 times 3, we're going to have this to be 9. And if we want to write this now in form of a recurring decimal, we're going to write the 6. We're going to put our decimal point there and put our 0 there. Then for us to know that this is a recurring decimal, we're going to put a dot on the 6. So this is the recurring decimal of 2/3. And the last example that we'll be looking at today, we have to convert 32 over 666. We want to convert this to a recurring decimal. Then how are we going to go about this? We're going to look for a number that we're going to use to multiply the denominator of the fraction that's going to give us 999. Then what's the number that can use to multiply it? And that is 1.5. So we're going to use 1.5 to multiply the numerator. We're also going to use it to multiply the denominator. So we're going to have this. That's 32 multiplied by 1.5. We're also going to use the same 1.5 to multiply 666. Now, 32 times 1.5, we're going to have this to be 48. Then we have 666 times 1.5, we're going to have this to be 999. Now, if you look at the digit that we have in the numerator we have 2 digits, while in the denominator we have 3 digits. But we have to make sure that they have exactly the same number of digits. So we can write 48. We can write 48 as 0, 4, 8. Now we have the numerator now to be 3 digits. Then we're going to divide this by 999 for us to make sure that they are the same digits. So if you want to write this now in recurring decimal, we're going to put the decimal point after 048. So we're going to have this 0, 4, 8. We're going to put a point. And then we'll have a 0. So where are we going to place the dot? We're going to place it just on top of the first and the last digit. So this is going to be the recurring decimal of 32/666. So that will be the end of today's class. In our next class, we'll be looking at converting decimals to percentages. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do well to subscribe now. Thank you and see you in the next class.